And good evening and welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As we're just a little under 6 minutes from getting our varsity contest started. Thank you for tuning in. Chris Rank has our Dwayne Hewlett here this evening. And thanks to our pregame sponsor, JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to a victory. And thanks for sticking with us here tonight. We've had some internet issues here at the school this evening, so hopefully all that is fixed and we'll be able to bring you the varsity contest in its entirety. As I do want to run down our JV final. If you missed that low offensive output game by both squads, it was a 25-19 win for BPC over South Fulton. BPC now improves to 2-2 at the JV level. South Fulton drops to 0-5. Again, coming up this week, as we have action coming up tomorrow back here for junior high boys basketball versus West Central. Thursday, again, it's junior high boys basketball, this time against Lewiston. Friday night, Rushville Industry in town for high school boys basketball. Saturday, a doubleheader with junior high boys basketball versus North Fulton in the morning at 10 a.m. and a 1:30 start time for high school girls basketball versus Brimfield. Just some of the action coming up here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And also our pregame sponsor, that's JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Get our starting lineups and such here in just a couple of minutes. And BPC coming off a nice win over West Prairie on Friday night. Back and forth contest, but Coach Snyder and the squad picking up win number 1 of the season Friday night. I said that earlier, JV has now squared their record at 2-2 with a 25-19 6-point win over South Fulton. And we talked about in the beginning of the JV contest, South Fulton only dressing 10 players, or has 10 players on the roster, only 9 dressing this evening. So you'll see a lot. I saw some of the juniors play in the JV contest, and we'll see some of the lower underclassmen, freshmen, and sophomores playing tonight. We can run down that starting lineup real quick here, as we'll see for South Fulton. We'll see actually freshman, sophomore, 2 juniors, and the lone senior starting for Coach Ryan Steffen and his South Fulton Rebel squad.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm doing 2 things at once here. I don't mean to leave you hanging.
You're all right. It's all right, man.
We are trying to get everything working correctly.
And we can get our pregame show sponsor, and that's JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. As we are going to get things started here a little early, it looks like. Still a minute and a half on the clock, and
go with the starting lineup here real quick. It is Nate Kramer, 5'11". I'm in the wrong one. I don't even have the right one loaded yet. Jake's going to call that, so we'll load it while he's doing that.
And first, we're going to step aside, I believe, for the national anthem here this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
and national anthem. And now we will get our starting lineups here tonight for this varsity contest between the Rebels and Spartans here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
South Fulton Rebels. That's guard, the 6'3" junior, number 3, Isaac Jones.
Isaac Jones, the first starter for South Fulton.
Senior, number 4, McCade Brooks.
The lone senior on the Rebel squad, number 4, McCade Brooks.
Clark Patterson.
Junior Coda Clark Batterton.
Number 12, Jet Wood.
The sophomore Jet Woods, number 12. And
Freshman, number 23.
fifth starter, number 23, a freshman, Emmett Pilger. The starting 5 for South Fulton.
Starting 5 for BPC, as you see it on the screen. A little bit different tonight, Chris.
I see that.
Jake will announce it here in just a second, but it is going to be Will Hensley, a 5'11 senior wearing number 3. He was an efficiency award winner with Section 11 FFA here this week as well, so congratulations to Will Hensley. And then the guy with the huge game last week, or yeah, I guess it was last week, wasn't it?
Well, Friday.
So it was Cole Taylor, the birthday boy last Friday, 6'3 senior wearing number 5. And then it will be a 6'4 senior Cooper Alleman, who had 15 points last Friday night. And then getting their first 2 starts of the season for the next 2 guys, a 5'10 senior wearing number 11 is Josh Regal. And for the final starting spot will be a 5'10 senior, number 15, Elijah Danner. So a little different starting lineup here for BPC. Going a little smaller against the South Fulton Rebels. South Fulton enters with a 0-4 record, BPC with a 1-2 mark. Of course, Tyler Snyder on the bench for BPC and Ryan Steffen on the bench for the Rebels of South Fulton High School.
And it will be South Fulton basketball to start the contest. And it will be Isaac Jones to inbound to Jet Woods. South Fulton with the basketball. And that back to Jones, number 3, over to McCade Brooks, the lone senior for South Fulton, number 4. Gets it to Clark Batterton. To Woods. Woods thought about a 3, gets it back to Jones. Over to Brooks now as we're down to 7:30 to play. Opening quarter, and the ball stolen away by BPC. Cooper Allman with it for the home white BPC Spartans to Danner, number 15. Back to Cooper Allman. He's going to fire up a 3 and rattle it down. Cooper Allman with the first bucket of the night puts BPC on top, 3-0, 7:08 to play, opening quarter. Woods to bring it up for South Fulton. Now Jones with it, number 3 to McCade Brooks. Brooks puts the ball on the floor, the right-hand dribble, gets it over to Clark Batterton. Number 11, he's guarded by Danner. Pass off the hands of number 23, the freshman Emmett Pilger, and the ball going to go back to BPC on the turnover.
That is the second or third game that Alleman has started with the 3-pointer, actually. He did that a couple times for us so far for BPC.
And Allman with the basketball. Danner's going to stop and pop from about 16. The ball up off the rim. No, almost over the back of the backboard. Comes back down in the hands of South Fulton. 6:35 to play. Opening quarter. 3-0 lead for BPC. That's Pilger with it, the freshman. Now over to Jones, junior, number 3 for South Fulton in the purple road uniforms. Now back to Jet Woods, number 12, the sophomore. Brooks, Cade Brooks, I should say, with it, left wing. Going to drive in, stops, runs into Hensley, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound as Regal got the board, and the foul going to be whistled on Emmett Pilger, I believe, his first, and team foul number 1 on South Fulton.
Team first.
Did I really miss 2 BPC fouls already?
No, I don't think that's cleared from before.
I was going to say, I didn't think I missed that. I was paying attention, I thought, but.
Cooper Allman with it with the left-hand dribble for BPC. Gets it to Regal. Regal thought about 3, drives in, cross court to Taylor. Taylor's going to fire up a 3 from this right wing. No. Rebound poked around and finally corralled by Jones for South Fulton. He gets it to Clark Batterton. He gets it up now to Brooks, the senior, number 4. Back to Jones. Top of the circle. Clark Batterton's going to fire up a 3, and he's going to hit. Clark Batterton with his first 3 of the night and knots us up at 3 apiece. 5.5 to play, opening quarter. Varsity contest. Taylor inside. Hensley now up off the glass. No rebound, batted around and loose, and finally corralled by Pilger for South Fulton. He'll walk it up, gets it back to Clark Batterton. Now Brooks inside. Clark Batterton back to Brooks. Brooks up off the glass. No rebound, down to number 10, Cooper Allman for BPC. He's going to push it up the floor. Switches hands, floater up. Wild shot, no. Rebound finally corralled by Brooks for South Fulton.
Little, probably not the most well-advised shot there for Allman, trying to force the issue a little bit. And there's a kick by Taylor they didn't call.
Yeah, and a forced pass by Brooks, and BPC comes out with it. Cooper Allman gets it out top of the circle. Taylor thought about the 3. Cooper Allman going to fire up another 3. This one off the right side of the rim and down to Jet Woods for South Fulton. 4.5 to play. 3-3 ball game. Spartans and Rebels.
You want me to do those stats for you now?
If you want, and there's Clark Batterton with another 3, and that's going to put South Fulton up by 3, 6-3. So 3-pointers galore here in this opening quarter. Is it a 6-3 ball game, and the ball going to be lost out of bounds by BPC, going to go off the South Fulton, and we're going to get our COVID media timeout. 4:06 to play, 6-3, South Fulton on top. You're tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helped me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're back here at Bushel Prairie City High School out of the timeout. 6-3 lead for South Fulton, 4:06 to play. It'll be Spartan basketball. Thanks again for tuning in and watching here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Chris Rankhauser and Dwayne Hewitt courtside here at BPC High School. Shane Shin, 42 and 20. Griffin Pico into the ball game for BPC. Taylor to inbound. Looks in, gets it to Pico. He's going to get tied up inside, and we're going to get a traveling violation whistled on BPC. Back to South Fulton with the basketball as they have a 3-point lead on a couple of threes by Clark Batterton.
That could have easily been a foul on Pico, too, because he shoved that far. He extended that left arm out there to get the South Fulton defender away. And they didn't call that, but they did call the travel.
Pilger with it, number 23 now back to Clark Batterton. Chet Woods with it now to 3:44 to play. Woods guarded by Shin. Picks up the dribble, gets it to Pilger. Pilger looking for some help, guarded by Pico, gets it back to Woods. Poked away momentarily by Shin. Jones with it, number 3. Isaac Jones now to 23, Emmett Pilger.
It's not a surprise that BPC's playing man here, not playing zone. As Hensley gets to steal, goes the other way, and the layup's good. But your opponent is playing 2 games essentially, so you're going to try and wear them down here in this game. So man-to-man is much more pressure-oriented.
And with only 9 in uniform for South Fulton, and many of them played in that JV contest. 6-5 lead now. Hensley's bucket cuts it to a 1-point lead, 6-5, 2:50 to play here. First quarter. That is Isaac Jones with it. Now gets it back from Clark Batterton, and Jones is going to put it in. Isaac Jones with 2 and puts the lead back at 3 for South Fulton at 8-5. 2:35 to play. Will Hensley with the basketball now for BPC. Swings it around Taylor. Right wing. Puts the ball on the floor, the left-hand dribble. Back over to Cooper Allman. Allman's going to drive in, free throw line, kicks it out. Taylor, a 3 from the far corner is up and good. Cole Taylor, his first bucket of the night. Hot shooting night for the birthday boy on Friday, and he ties us up at 8 here with 2:15 to play in the opening quarter.
Well, he's shooting 50% tonight. I'd still say that's hot if he can keep that kind of pace up.
Now, another 3 up by Clark Batterton. No good. Rebound hustled and corralled by Woods for South Fulton. Back to Clark Batterton. Number 11, guarded by Taylor, swings it to the lone senior again, Kate Brooks. Inside they go. Clark Batterton, ball loose and stolen away by Hensley. Will Hensley going to push it with 1:45 to go. Opening quarter. Cooper Allman going to drive in, floats one up from about 6. No, rebound down and going to go out of bounds off of BPC.
Pico was standing out of bounds when he touched the ball.
See, I got shielded out by a couple of purple uniforms and thought I didn't see Griffin down there on the baseline, so we'll stay or go back over to South Fulton. 8-8.
Standing about in the middle of the A when he when he touched it.
8-8 ball game, 1:27 to play. As Jones going to go up and lose the handle, but it's going to be fouled and go to the line for a couple of free throws for South Fulton.
Would imagine that's Pico. Yeah.
And it is his first. Team foul number 1, as we got to remember that scoreboard still says 3 team fouls.
Yeah, so if you see the scoreboard in the background, it actually is not right this time.
As Jones up and misses on the first. Dalton Horwittle in the ball game for the first time tonight for BPC. Horwittle wears number 23. Jones with 1 more. This one rattles around off the back iron and good, but South Fulton back on top by 1, 9-8, 1:20 to play. Hensley now to Taylor. Horwittle, top of the circle, thought about 3, drives in, free throw line, kicks it out to Hensley, swings to Taylor, top of the circle. He's going to go in with a left hand layup off the glass. Nice little left hand layup by Cole Taylor. And the lead back to BPC by 1, 10-9 as we hit the 1 minute mark of the opening quarter. Woods kicks it to Brooks. Long 3 by Jones as well. Short rebound down to Taylor for BPC. 50 seconds to play. Shane Shin going to get the basketball. He's going to go in and no on the shot. Body contact on be whistled on Isaac Jones. That'll be foul on the Rebels, and Shin to the line for a couple free throws.
You can you can always tell when the shooter knows the shot's off, because he starts running before it's halfway to the rim.
Right.
And that's what Jones did the last time.
Shin misses on the first. Makes a second. Pushes the lead for 2-2 for BPC, 11-9. Down to 43 seconds. Woods hounded by Horwittle. Gets it across and out of the hands. Trying to get the ball over to Clark Batterton. A little too much mustard on that pass, out of bounds. They'll go back to the Spartans.
They really could have called a carry. He was trying to be fancy at half court and carried that ball all the way across his back, on his back, but they didn't call it and kept on dribbling.
Down to 30 seconds. First quarter, 11-9 lead for BPC. Will Hensley at far corner. Shane Shin now drives in. He's going to lose the hand. Tried to dish it off. I don't know if he lost the handle or tried to dish it off to Pico, but South Fulton's got to come out with it 2-on-1, and layup up and good by the freshman Emmett Pilger, and that ties it at 11. 10 seconds to play. Hensley quickly down the floor. Shin. And Shane Shin's going to put it up with 4 seconds to go. Nearly a steal. Dalton Horwittle steals it. Going to fire up a 3 at the buzzer. There was a whistle.
Called a travel.
Call it travel. So after 1, 13-11, BPC on top by 2. And we can tell you about some of our great TSSR Game Time Live sponsors. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. How about our title sponsor here, MDH. Athletic trainers in the MDH Rehabilitation Center with the locations of Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. And thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center's best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience in dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 18, 19, and again at 23 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. Also brought to you by Country Financial agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protection for things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial 309-772-3003. It'll be Spartan basketball out of the timeout with a 2-point lead, 13-11. Dalton Horwittle with it for BPC. Right wing, Taylor going to fire up a 3 and hits. Cole Taylor. And makes it a 5-point BPC lead at 16-11.
Taylor scored half of their points.
That's Brooks with it for South Fulton. Number 4. Guarded by Will Hensley into the ball game at the quarter break. Now Horwittle nearly pokes it away from Woods. Woods gets it back. Hands off to Clark Batterton, to Jones. Pilger with it now, number 23. Nearly stolen away as Brooks going to fire up 3. Blocked from behind by Hensley. Turns into a pass to Pilger down under the basket, and Pilger going to go to the line for some free throws.
Yeah, Sam did a good job of returning to the person he left to try and make a block there, and Horwittle's going to pick up the foul. It'll be his first, team's second for Horwittle's first again. Relatively clean played first half here. There's a couple more free throws though coming.
And the first one rolls all the way around the rim twice and drops for Emmett Pilger as Grayson Spires checks in, as Clark Batterton with a couple of nice threes in the ball game thus far for the Rebels checks out. 16-12. Spartan lead of 4, 7:21 to play, first half. Second one up by Pilger, rattles around, no good. Jones there for the rebound, nearly for at first for South Fulton, and now we're going to get a foul on the floor as Spires and Sam Hensley go to the floor, and Hensley going to draw the foul.
Spartan's third foul. And a timeout on the floor, charged to South Fulton.
And a full timeout. We can tell you about some more of those great sponsors here for TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. One of those includes M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. We'll be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at bfurnitureinc.com. You can also give them a call at 772-2111. Also, Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. Out of the timeout will be South Fulton basketball. They trail BPC by 4, 16-12, 7:18 to play. Pilger with it out of the inbounds for South Fulton, now to Jones. Back to Pilger to Woods. Top of the circle. Jones with it over to number 2, Grayson Spires. Now Brooks with it, number 4 for the Rebels. Picks up the dribble, gets it over to Pilger, the freshman. 23 on 23, and now a long 3 by Woods is no good. Rebound down to BPC. Horwittle's going to take it all the way. No on the shot. Rebound to Shin. He's going to go up strong with the shot. No. Rebound down to Jones for South Fulton. 6.5 to play here in the opening half. 16-12 BPC lead. Jones with it near corner now. Entry pass stolen away as they were trying to go to Woods.
Horwittle ran over Hensley, but Horwittle took 3 steps after he grabbed the ball, trying to keep from going out of bounds. They didn't call travel.
Well, Taylor going to go inside now on the entry pass to Shin. Turn around, no. too strong. Shin's going to get the rebound. Going to look like he took a step maybe there too. And Shane Shin gets the bucket for BPC and pushes the lead to 6. 18-12, 6 minutes to play in the first half. Chet Woods with it. Now far side to Pilger. Number 23, double teamed in the corner now. Gets it back to Woods. Grayson Spires with it. Now lost the handle. Was going to shoot a 3 and lost the handle and banks in a 2 from about 16, 17 feet away and cuts it to an 18-14 lead for BPC. Taylor going to get it. Puts the ball on the floor left hand. Stops, pops, and floats from about 6, and it goes down. Cole Taylor makes it back to a 6-point lead, 20-14. 5.5 to play here in the opening half. Horwittle now pokes it away from Woods. 23, Horwittle up and misses the layup. Taylor there, no on the follow-up. And Jet Woods going to come down with it for South Fulton. Goes cross court to Pilger. Pilger going to go drive in on Shin. Jones going to fire up a 3 short. Pilger with the rebound, short on that shot. Taylor strong up for the rebound for BPC.
This is a 30-14 game if BPC just makes their easy shots.
And a ball now, entry pass to Pico, poked away, and South Fulton has it back. 4:50 to play, first half, 6-point BPC lead. Woods picks up the dribble, now going to go cross court to Jones. Jones going to put the ball on the floor, drive in, float one up off the glass and in from the left side. Isaac Jones makes it a 20-16 lead for BPC. Horwittle, Taylor thought about 3, he's going to put the ball on the floor, he's going to drive it again. That little left-hand floater from about 6 feet away is good. 2 straight for Cole Taylor and a 22-16 lead for BPC. Woods goes near corner to Brooks. South Fulton. Back to number 12, the sophomore, Jet Woods. Now to Pilger. Has it poked away by Pico. He's lost the handle now. Pilger able to corral the basketball for South Fulton.
Yeah, Brooks kept that alive by tapping it away from Horwittle.
Jones with it. Now goes to Woods. No on the 3 out of the far corner. Rebound down to BPC and Cole Taylor. Gets it to Pico. Pico's going to put the ball on the floor, drive in. Bounce pass off of Shin's hands, and we're going to get a foul as the 3 up and good, but after the whistle by Horwittle.
Yeah, I think Shin's going to be fouled. I got a line change coming in for BPC.
Pilger with his second, team's third, and we've got our COVID media timeout here, so we will be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And we're back here courtside at Bristol Prairie City High School. 3:40 to play in the opening half. Varsity contest, 22-16 lead for BPC. Thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Chris Frankhauser and Dwayne Hewlett here courtside. Out of the timeout, as Dwayne said before we went to the media COVID timeout, we see Elijah Danner back for BPC. Will Hensley, number 3. See 34, Brian Bittner in the ballgame for the first time tonight for BPC. Josh Regal, number 11, and number 10, Cooper Allman, back for the Spartans. It'll be Spartan basketball out of the timeout. Hensley inbounds to Regal, to Allman. Swinging around, Bittner with it now for BPC. Cross court to Allman. Allman puts the ball on the floor, floats it down to Hensley. Regal thought about it, 3, didn't have a good handle on it, so good decision. Now the ball going to be poked away from Danner by South Fulton. Woods with it for South Fulton. To Jones now, cross court. Pilger thought about three, drives in. And South Fulton going to step on the end line and turn it back over to BPC. 22-16 lead for the Spartans. 3:08 to play, first half. Cooper Allman with it now to Bittner. Inside to Hensley. Hensley puts the ball in four, spins up over Pilger. The shot, no. Rebound down to Pilger for South Fulton. Jet Woods with it now. A three from the near side by Jones is up and no good. Regal with a rebound for BPC. Outlets to Hensley. Now Cooper Allman going to put the ball on the floor. Has it poked away by Spires. And the ball still loose and finally going to be corralled by Danner for BPC.
That was really good hustle by Danner to track that ball down, and Hensley was there, but Hensley saw him out of the corner of his eye and let him get to it, so it was good nonverbal communication.
Bittner, a nice pretty step back three, and the lead at 9, the biggest of the night for BPC at 25-16, 2:12 to play, first half. Rebel basketball. Jones with it. Gets it over to Pilger on top. Into the ball game for the first time for the varsity contest is Ben Sherrod. Long three up and good for Jet Woods. And cuts the lead to 6, 25-19, BPC on top. 1:50 to play, first half. Bittner going to put it on the floor. Floats it down, bounce pass. Got in a little too close to Regal and tried to do a quick bounce pass to him, and out of bounds back to South Fulton.
McCade Brooks checking back in for South Fulton. Bounce passes, we talk about them all the time. They're great, but throwing them at your partner's feet doesn't work real
and
good
that
either.
close, about 2 or 3 feet away. So South Fulton with the basketball, down to 1:35 to play. Brooks with it. Now to Pilger. Freshman number 23 for South Fulton. Gets it over to Spires. Woods wide open. He's going to line up another three, and he's going to hit Jet Woods. Consecutive threes for Jet Woods, and the lead back to just 3 at 25-22. Danner with it, near corner, goes inside to Hensley.
Holy smokes.
I was going to say, that's got to be a foul, because about the time Will Hensley got the basketball, Pilger had his arm, both hands wrapped around him, and going to be a foul on Pilger. Team's third, his third, team's fourth.
Only 3 for BPC.
Cole Taylor back for BPC, also number 11, Clark Batterton for South Fulton. Ball inbounded to Regal. Now Cooper Allman. Allman going to drive and floats one up, left hand, counted, and a foul.
23 on the foul again. That's his fourth.
So Pilger going to have a seat with 1:08 to play in the first half of this fourth. Personal foul is number 2. Grayson Spires back. Allman up and no on the free throw for Cooper Allman. Lead at 5 for BPC, 27-22, as we're right at 1 minute to play, first half. Woods with it, guarded by Regal. Hands off to Spires. Ball poked away and stolen by BPC as
Regal did a good job getting a hand on it as he trailed and got the steal there.
Cole Taylor with it, left hand. Far corner to Cooper Allman. Regal thought about a three, drives in, floats one up. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass or not, but it worked out. Will Hensley there for the missed Regal shot off the glass and in. Lead at 7, 29-22. We're down to 25 seconds to play, first half. Woods guarded by Taylor, gets it to Brooks. Guarded by Will Hensley. Brooks with the right hand dribble, picks it up.
Oh, nice
Backdoor pass, nice pass by Brooks to Jones. No on the layup. Gets his own rebound back, fires it up, no good again. And Brooks able to corral with 5 for South Fulton. Clark Batterton now to Woods with 2, with 1. Spires going to fire one up. It's going to be blocked by Regal, and some contact and no foul. And that's going to end the first half of play with BPC on top, 29-22 here at halftime of the varsity contest. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by McDonough District Hospital.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're coming back to the cheerleaders to hop on the floor to do their routine. And I know some folks at home are wanting to see this, so we're going to give them their due, and we'll step out of the way and let you watch and listen. So that was the BPC cheerleaders doing a dance routine, and just happy to be able to have the cheerleaders out here and having their basketball teams on the floor and volleyball teams on the floor. And with us now is BPC Superintendent, Mrs. Dinger.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Well, I'm not fantastic tonight. I've had some issues this evening. I don't know what my problem is. We had internet issues and we had wrong stream issues. The first night of doing two things at once from two different schools, I knew there'd be a few problems. There was a few more than I anticipated. It didn't help that for some reason, thankfully, Chad Sharp was all over it. The internet went down here. I thought it was my computer, so I'm doing everything on my computer trying to figure it out. And Chad's calling me and saying it's down, and he walked me through some stuff. So I can't thank Chad enough for helping get the internet back up, and we're not sure what happened. I think the internet just has something against the JV basketball team for the boys, because that's the only time we've had any problems is with the JV boys teams.
Well, I will tell you, I have not heard one complaint from the community. We are glad to have you here, and all I hear is positive feedback from the community. So
wait till tomorrow.
I won't transfer those phone calls. We'll just talk about how lucky we are to have you. How's that?
Well, I appreciate that. I'll guarantee you, no matter how mad anybody at home is right now about how this evening is going, I might be laughing, but on the inside, I'm using every curse word that you can imagine at myself for it not working right. So that's just how I am. So
well, we appreciate those not going out on the air. So
it's the internet. We can. It's not illegal by the FCC standards, but I'm sure if you want to get complaints, me dropping a few F-bombs would probably get them for you the next morning.
Yeah, I appreciate you saving me those phone calls. Whatever you can do to keep that up, I would appreciate.
I will. I'll do what I can to avoid all of those, because you'll get them and then I'll get them and then I'll get them from you. So I'll get them twice as bad because I'll get you and them. So.
Yeah, I will share the love with you on those phone calls.
I can't say that I blame you. Well, we're laughing a little bit here. It's good to be able to be laughing in a gymnasium. This year has been difficult for everybody, hasn't it?
It is, and I will tell you, we're just glad to hear the sound of a ball on the court, and we're following the rules we can, the best we can, trying to use common sense at the same time and keep kids and spectators safe and be part of the bigger school community. So we're doing the best we can under difficult circumstances.
Yeah, the sad thing is this gym is so nice and so big. Restricting this gym to 50 people is almost sacrilege. It's just, there's so much space here, and it's so hard. But having the seats around the top of the gym, the families that get to come, get to sit together a little bit, and it's a heck of a lot better than absolutely nothing.
It is. And you know, we've talked about that in some regional meetings, that we don't always agree with some of the decisions that are made. For example, somebody else might have a smaller gym than we do and might still be able to have 50 people. So wouldn't it make more sense to have 25% instead of 50? But
which is what they've done in every other form of athletics. Only people who are getting held to this standard is IHSA and school
right.
and IESA for that
Right.
matter, I guess. But
we've got good community partners and good county partners that we're just trying to follow the rules they put out there and do the best we can. So
I know it's tough for you guys, and I'm not asking your opinion, but it doesn't really matter what your opinion is, does it, on the rules? The rules are given to you, and you guys are in a position you have to follow them. You don't have a choice whether you agree with them or don't. Just don't agree with them. You have to follow them. It's just the way it is.
We do have to follow them if we want to stay open and play sports. But, you know, there are some common sense things we can use and some accommodations we can make for families that want to sit together and group together. And so we're trying to bring as much common sense as we can to have as many people enjoy the game as we can.
Yeah, I mean, when they sit beside each other at the dinner table, sitting beside each other at the gym probably isn't going to make that much difference.
Absolutely. And when they're playing sports together, they can probably, you know, more than often sit on the bus together. So
yeah. Well, that's the one thing that I find the funniest about all of the rules they've implemented is the sitting 6 feet apart on the bench, and then having timeouts where they kind of want you to stay spread apart. That is the silliest part of the whole deal to me. They're rubbing, and no jump ball. Actually, no jump ball might be the craziest thing.
Right.
They're going to rub all over each other the entire game, but we don't want to make them get that little contact and a jump ball.
Right.
You know, it's just little stuff like that. You have to step back and you wonder, whoever made these rules, what were they thinking when they made some of these rules? I mean, you can be in a timeout, and you got to stay apart from each other. You know, you're out here bounding on each other and the whole team, and then we can't shake hands after the game. You know, it's just it's little stuff like that. I understand it's the era we live in, and you guys are, but it's just you guys have to probably deal with that stuff on a daily basis of complaints. West Prairie hadn't even been able to get people into their gym because the junior high gym's not big enough.
Oh wow!
So they started moving. They started moving stuff to high school like you guys did.
Sure.
So I mean that you're lucky here. I mean this gym, this school is lucky.
We're lucky too, not only with our facilities that the board and the community are real committed to taking care of. We've got a great team. You mentioned Chad Sharp earlier with technology. Nate Zeringer, our athletic director, is dealing with athletic changes every day, from Ken Van Tyne, the director of transportation, who's getting those buses going. So we've got a great team that's making this happen every day. So.
Well, and the coaches are learning a lot and transitioning a lot as they go along. You know, they spend as much time saying, keep your mask up. Or, you know, I've heard a couple of the coaches say, you know, I don't like wearing a mask either, but we have to. If we want to keep playing, we've got to wear the mask, whether we like it or not. We just have to do it. And that's one of the things that maybe it's a good learning experience in some respect, because you learn that sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do.
Right. And I think that's a great point, because our kids are learning to follow rules that they may not agree with, and they're learning to be resilient and flexible, and you can't complain with that. So.
No. Well, it's what else is going on? FFA week this week, but what else is going on here at the school district that people may not hear about with other than sports that you think they should know about? Anything at all?
You know, I think what's great is that we've been in kind of a flux and focused on COVID so much lately, and there's been a real return to talking about learning and what good learning looks like and what's going on in the classroom. So we're making that transition. We had a emergency situation, as many other communities, with the rising gas prices, and so we had to adapt to that. And so I made the joke that between the COVID and the gas prices, it was going to start raining frogs, and everybody might want to carry an umbrella. So.
Well, frogs are smaller than cats and dogs, so I'd say we're better off with frogs. I'll take frogs. I might be able to. No, I couldn't avoid frogs either, but I can't avoid raindrops or frogs or cats or dogs probably.
And they'd take down your internet right away.
Yeah, they would take down. I've had enough problems with the internet. We don't need any more. Mrs. Dinger, thank you very much for joining us here.
It's good talking to you. Thank you.
And we'll have you on maybe again later in the year.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks. That was Mrs. Dinger, the superintendent here at BPC. And, well, I didn't even add up stats. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm a horrible statistician.
No, that's all right. We're ready for the second half, and it will be Spartan basketball. Cooper Allman goes inside, shin spins, pops and hits. Nice turnaround spinning jump shot by Shane Shin. Pushes it to 31-22 lead. Just underway here, second half. BPC on top. Horrible now with a poke away by Spartans. He's going to take it the other way. Draw some contact. No on the shot. Rebound down to Shin as he's going to be strung up. No on the shot. Foul going to be whistled on the floor on South Fulton.
No shot. Rebel foul number 11, Coda Clark Batterton, his first.
Coda Clark Batterton, his first. Team's first. And we do see Pilger back for South Fulton with 4 personal fouls in that opening half. Horwildel, far corner to Will Hensley. Inside they go. Shin's going to muscle one up off the back of the rim. No, but he's going to the line, and I think that is going to be number 5 already on Emmett Pilger, and he will have fouled out of this contest.
Boy, that's 32 seconds, and he's fouled out here. Oh, that's might be as fast of a foul out as I've seen in a long, long time.
And he does foul out this evening with 7:28 to play in the third quarter as we see number 2, Grayson Spires back for the Rebels. The first by Shin up and off the back iron, no good. I can't think of a time where I've seen somebody foul out that early in a contest. But
that's a fast one.
Well, with just 9 players in uniform, you've got to play a lot of, even with 3 and 4 fouls.
He missed them both.
Shin misses the second. Rebound down, corralled by Brooks for South Fulton.
Yeah, but I mean, he is a freshman, and you have to take that into consideration. But Woods is going to drive.
Nice pass by Spires, and the ball going to go out of bounds off of BPC, stays with the Rebels.
It was Horwittle down there fighting with Brooks, I believe, and it went off of Horwittle.
Spires going to get the inbounds, going to fire up a 3 off the front rim. No rebound, batted around. Finally, Horwittle with the rebound, number 23 for BPC. He's going to take it all the way. Scoop, no on the layup on the left side, but he'll be going to the line for 2.
I think they're going to call that on Clark Batterton. We'll see. Nope. Grayson Spires, his first, team's third. What I was going to say, doesn't really matter who it was on. Whoever was down there was there for a long time, and they had a plenty good opportunity to take a charge, and they just moved at the last second to kind of fall with him or move with him and got the block instead.
Orwell misses both free throws. Rebound down to Jones for South Fulton.
BPC is not shooting the ball as a group all that well tonight. A couple players are shooting well, but free throws are a struggle.
Woods
or Whittle's going to pick up the foul.
With the body contact, lost the handle on it, and first on BPC.
His second, first on BPC. 6:51 to go.
Woods to inbounds. Gets it into Jones, back to Woods. Woods going to get it back to Jones. Jones going to fire up a 3, and I got to think Cooper Allman maybe got a hand on that.
I think he did.
Because that ball went up off the top. The shot hit the top of the backboard.
If he didn't touch the ball, he got a lot of arm. I mean, I was waiting for the whistle to blow.
So a ball out of bounds to BPC. 31-22 lead for the Spartans. 6:35 to play. Third quarter. Taylor going to fire up a 3 from the near wing. No. Nice rebound by Will Hensley up strong off the glass on the left side and in. And now the first double-digit lead of the night. It's 11 for BPC, 33-22. Now BPC coming in a little bit of a trap just across midcourt. Hensley guarding Brooks.
Jones is a pretty good shooter back to that last trip down the floor. I don't see him missing one like that very often without a little help.
Right, and Jones going to spin one up off the glass. Nice spin move. Tough defense by Allman, and still got the shot to go.
So you throw one over the backboard on a 3 the last time down the floor, and then you put that in.
Cooper Allman fires up 3. It's long off the opposite side of the backboard. Will Hensley's going to put one in for 2. 35-24 lead. A 30-second timeout by South Fulton. 5:53 to play here in the third. And the Spartans back up by 11. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's need for personal and business banking, as well as home and agriculture lending, and also its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, and especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021. and enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Thanks for tuning in here tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 5:53 to play. Third quarter. Out of the timeout will be Rebel basketball.
I was surprised South Fulton didn't try and wait for the COVID timeout as the travels there. I wonder what he saw that he wanted that timeout, a minute before the COVID timeout.
I thought the same thing, Dwayne. And BBC is going to get it back. Will Hensley takes the pass from Cooper Altman. Shin inside. Fakes strong to the glass by Shin. No on the shot, but will get a couple free throws. And that's the spot BBC can take some advantage of inside with Shin, guarded by a much smaller Grayson Spires for South Fulton.
Yeah, that. Of course, they might do hack-a-shack if he keeps missing free throws.
Free throws struggles both JV and varsity contest tonight by BPC, and this one's up and no good by Shin. So that's 4 straight misses by Shin from the free throw line for BPC.
They are 1 for 9 from the free throw line.
And I know the JV shot about 40% in that contest. The ball
They're going to
nearly
have to work hard to get to 40% at this rate.
Nearly poked away. South Fulton's going to keep it. Wood's going to go up, had a shot blocked by Shin. Hensley now outlet to Taylor down the floor. And up and good on the shot. And a foul going to be whistled on Grayson Spires, and that basket will be good by Cole Taylor.
Number 2, Grayson Spires, his third. In the commercial party city, number 20,
Griffin Pico in as Cooper Allman checks out. 37-24 lead for BPC, 13-point advantage. Taylor up, and Taylor hits just the second made free throw by BPC here in this contest, and the lead at 14 at 38-24. 5:10 to play, third quarter. Woods with the basketball for South Fulton. Spin move on Horwittle. Now the pass inadvertently through the hands of Spires. He throws it right to Shin, and Shin nearly kind of dunked the basketball there. Shane Shin.
He threw it in, and he hit the rim at the same time.
16-point lead for BPC, 40-24. Jones with it now for South Fulton. Puts the ball on the floor. Right-hand dribble, lost the handle. Going to lose it nearly lose it out of bounds. As long three by Clark Batterson up, no good. Grayson Spires going to put it back in for 2. 40-26 lead. Pico's going to fire up a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound down to Woods for South Fulton. Double teamed in the corner now. Gets it over to Clark Batterton. Brooks with it far side. He's going to drive on Hensley. Spin move. Lost the handle. Nice backdoor steal by Shin. Shin going to hold it up. Gets it to Hensley. Going to run over a Rebel player out at the free throw line, Brooks, but he's going to draw some foul into the basket and go to the line for 2.
That was a good aggressive drive for Will Hensley. Fouls on number 12, his first.
And now we're going to get the under 5 COVID media timeout. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And we are back here at Bristol Prairie City High School. 4:06 to play, third quarter, 40-26 lead for BPC. Thanks for tuning in here tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Sam Hensley going to check in for BPC out of the timeout.
We make fun of this timeout a little bit, we call it the COVID timeout or whatever you want to call it, but I would imagine it's a very welcome timeout to these kids.
I know it's welcome for the broadcasters because I get a chance to take the mask off and get a sip of water. Will Hensley to the line for 2.
Thank goodness for commercials, right?
Yes, I love it. Hensley up and good on the first one.
Hensley's had a good game.
One more makes it a 41-26 lead. BPC 4:06 to play. Second one in and out, no good. Rebound. Sam Hensley with a rebound. Gets it over to Griffin Peak on number 20. Swings it to Horwittle. And he'll set up the Spartan offense. Down under 4 to play. 3:53 to play. Third quarter. Taylor thought about a 3 from the top of the circle. No. Hensley going to put the ball on the floor. Nice dribble drive in. Stops. Gets it back to Pico. Taylor with the catch with his off the face on the pass, and the rebound on the shot, no good. And Jones goes the other way for South Fulton and puts it in.
Supposed to use your hands.
41-28. BPC with the lead. Taylor gets it back from Hensley. Will Hensley. Taylor going to step back and pop one from about 16 and rattles it down. 43-28 BPC lead. 3:18 to play. Third quarter. Woods with it for South Fulton. Gets it over to Spires.
It is the third quarter. I forgot to update that. I'm sorry, folks.
And the ball poked away by Will Hensley out of bounds. It'll stay with South Fulton as 15 Elijah Danner checks in for the Spartans as Will Hensley going to check out.
Got it updated now. I apologize.
Woods gets it to Jones. Jones going to go up, and he's going to roll in another basket. Isaac Jones with a pretty good contest for South Fulton cuts the lead to 13, 43-30.
He's not a bad little ball player, really.
Horwittle drives in, scoops one off the glass. No, Jones there for the rebound for South Fulton.
Spires was wondering who put a saddle on his back there. It was his own teammate, though.
Jones with it again, now far corner, over to Brooks. Brooks is going to drive and loses the handle, gets it back. Shot blocked. It looked like a little wrist contact there by Sam Hensley as Griffin Pico gets knocked to the floor, and the ball going to go out of bounds to South Fulton.
Bidner's going to check back in for BPC, and that was a whole lot. That was hand, forearm, and elbow. Maybe it got so much of it, it didn't look like a foul anymore.
Out of the inbounds, a shot up and good by Grayson Spires on the inbounds, and back to just a 10-point lead for BPC. 2:25 to play, 43-33. Spartans with the lead. Taylor with it, gets it into Sam Hensley, guarded by Spires. Went up, tried to spin and got double teamed underneath the basket, and going to be a foul on number 11, Coda Clark Batterton. 17 fouls already on South Fulton with 2:17 to play here in the third quarter. Sam Hensley to the line for the, I believe they called it a 2-shot foul.
I think they did, but I don't know.
I don't know. I would have said it should have been a 1-and-1, but Sam misses the first. Taylor out, and Cooper Allman back.
Hensley set to check in for Hensley.
Will for Sam. Sam with one more.
Sam's going to miss this one on purpose.
And nope, he made it.
Proved me out to be a liar, didn't he?
44-33 lead. Shane Shin back for BPC.
Maybe that's just the stuff I did. If I knew the sub was for me, I'd miss on purpose so I get to play another 10 or 15 seconds. Of course, Sam gets to play a lot. I didn't get to play as much as Sam did. I'd take advantage of every second I could get. What's a little free throw percentage for a few seconds of game time?
You and me both. Jones with it for South Fulton. Gets it over to Spires. Clark Batterton with the basketball, guarded by Danner.
Danner is so harassing defensively.
Shot up, floated up by Clark Batterton, and Allman with it for BPC. Over to Will Hensley. Shot, no. Bittner there for the rebound, no, for BPC. Brooks comes out of it with the ball for South Fulton.
They are allowing a lot of contact.
Woods is going to fire up a long three off the back iron. No. Brooks hustles with a rebound.
The fact that South Fulton's got 7 fouls here in the third quarter is rather amazing to me, considering the way they're letting them play.
Right. BPC with just 1. Jones with it, right wing, 1:20 to play third quarter, guarded by Cooper Allman.
There could have been 2 down there on that
Right.
last trip down the floor, though, that they didn't call.
Clark Patterson with it, guarded by Danner.
Oh, nice.
Nice pass to Jones. Misses the layup off the bottom of the rim. And BPC with it down to minute 4 to play. Shin's going to drive in, kicks it out. Danner's going to pop a 3. Short. Will Hensley there for the rebound. Danner gets it back. Bittner's going to fire up a 3. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound tapped around and finally corralled by South Fulton. And ball nearly poked away as Clark Patterson's going to bring it up down to 42 seconds. Gets it over to Woods. Woods to Brooks. Inside they go to Woods. Reverse layup off the bottom of the backboard. No good. And rebound picked up by Hensley.
I was going to say that didn't get to the basket. It was about 6 inches short of the basket.
Cooper Allman cross court to Will Hensley. Going to fire up a 3 near corner. It's good. With 16 seconds to play, third quarter, 47-33 lead for BPC. Down to 10 seconds on the clock as South Fulton brings it up. Chet Woods to Spires. Clark Patterson had a couple early threes off the rim, back of the rim. No on the 3. Cooper Allman from three-quarter court, off the back of the rim. Almost a three-quarter court shot by Cooper Allman to end the third. And we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And welcome back courtside here at BPC High School. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter, 47-33 lead for the Spartans. Thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It will be a Rebel basketball to start the fourth quarter.
You know did you realize that South Fulton has scored 11 points in each quarter?
I did not.
They've lost each quarter, but they've scored 11 points in all 3 quarters.
Realize that. Well, that's consistent.
Yeah, consistency at its best, but not at its best. I guess consistency at its best would be leading, but
so
you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. Rebel basketball as they trail 47-33 here underway in the fourth quarter. And Spires with it. Now the ball going to be poked away nearly as the ball tipped near midcourt. South Fulton able to corral the loose basketball. Clark Patterson gets it back to Brooks out to Spires. His 3 up, no good. Shin with a rebound for BPC. Nice bounce pass. Will Hensley up, no on the layup. The foul.
Spires is there. South Fulton has been there on several occasions to take charges, and they just move at the last second and get the foul. I mean, if they would just hold their gun. Now, I mean, I understand the fact not wanting to take that charge because Hensley's at full speed there. You know what I mean? But
right. And Will Hensley going to miss off the back of the rim. No on the free throw. Regal back for BPC as Danner checks out. 18 fouls now on South Fulton. Will Hensley with one more. This one's up and good. Makes it a 48-33 lead. 15-point advantage for BPC. Chet Woods now to Jones. Left wing. Cross court. I tried to hit. So I didn't know where that ball was going, but Clark Patterson ended up with it. I don't know if that was supposed to go to
Brooks or not, but man, Brooks about got his head taken off if it wasn't supposed to go to him.
Shin going to pick up a loose ball foul for BPC. His first, just the second team foul on BPC.
They have one player with 2, and that's Horwittle. Everybody else has 1 or none.
On the inbound, Spires gets it from Woods, back to Woods. Woods going to drive in, stops over Shin. No. Rebound corralled by Regal.
That was a nice rebound by Regal.
Good box out, cross court. Nice little bounce pass to Shin. Back out Taylor, going to fire up a 3 from the right in front of the Spartan bench. No. Jet Woods with the rebound for South Fulton. Doesn't have the numbers. He's going to stop, pop a 3, and off the rim, no. Shin with the rebound over the back of Regal, and we're going to get a foul on South Fulton. That's going to be on
11.
Clark Patterson.
Rebel foul number 11, Clark Patterson, his third, team 9.
His third, team's 9th. South Fulton already down to just 9 players dressing, have just 8 because the freshman Emmett Pilger fouled out about 40 seconds.
32 to be exact.
Exactly. There you go. Shane Shin up and misses the first. Taylor there for the rebound. He goes up, loses the handle on it. A lot of contact there. No foul, but the ball will stay with BPC with 6:48 to play.
If you've been around a while, if you've watched a lot of South Fulton BPC basketball games, this is very
reminiscent yes.
of the normal South Fulton. South Fulton is scrappy. BPC tends to fall into that realm once that kind of game starts, and it's a lot of rough pushing, shoving, fouling.
And now Hallman's going to lose the basketball. Jones going to pick it up for South Fulton. Nice move. Up, no. Will Hensley there for the rebound for BPC, and a foul behind. South Fulton now got 6:37 to go, and
that's only 2 on Jones.
Only 2 on Jones. Team foul number 10. But I know they've got several guys with 3 and 4 fouls over there that, like I said, with down to 8 now that are in uniform that can play. Fouls may be an issue here. As first one up and good by Will Hensley.
Clark Batterton has 3, 4 for Spires, 2 for Jones, 1 for Woods. Nobody else has got any. Of course, they haven't played, I don't think.
And nice job by Will Hensley. Hits both of them as we see 35 Micaiah West check into the ball game for the first time for BPC. The lead out to 17 now, 50-33. 6.5 to play and a long 3. Grayson Spires rattles down a long 3 and makes it a 14-point lead, 50-36. Will Hensley with it now for BPC to Taylor. Swings it. Regal's going to fire up a 3, and it's off the glass. No. Rebound down at Jones for South Fulton.
That was really close to a good bank shot. I don't know if he was meant to do it, but I thought it was way long, and I realized where it was headed and hit the back. It was really close to being
nice
good.
Job by West. He's going to get the steal, but
I think he's going to get the foul.
He's going to get the foul, too. I want waiting for the official to blow the whistle because he kind of did a forearm check on Woods to get the basketball away from Woods, and that will be the first on West. Team foul number 3 on BPC.
It was almost like the official was like, if he doesn't lose the ball, I'm not going to call it.
Yeah, there was a little delay in the call there.
Which I would have been okay with. I'm completely on board with that line of thinking. Completely on board with it.
5:57 to play, 50-36 lead for BPC. Woods gets it into Jones. Jones guarded nicely by Shin. Good defense by Shin. Jones loses the handle, gets it back to Woods. Oh, nearly a travel by Woods, poked away by West, and West is going to get called again for a little bit of a hand check foul. His second, team foul number 4 on BPC.
Going to get in the scorebook one way or another. He's really aggressive defensively. I don't know that I would say that one was much of a foul, but that's over and back.
Oh, yeah. Ball inbounded and ball dribbled on the midcourt line, and now bad bounce pass goes out of bounds back to BPC.
That's the basketball gods.
Karma, yes. Yeah. Regal inbounds to Will Hensley. 5.5 to play. BPC on top by 14. Taylor with it for the Spartans. Regal now. Hensley. Hensley going to drive and draw some contact up and good on the shot. Foul going to be whistled on Jones for South Fulton.
That's his third. Oops. Hope I didn't shoot that at you when I broke the lead there.
I thought something hit me.
I might be out of. Oh, I got it. Oh, we're over 10, so it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
And the 3-point attempt, no good. West there for the rebound. Hensley going to fire up a 3 now and rattle it down. Well, you missed the free throw, but you get the 3. 5 straight for Will Hensley. 30-second timeout for BPC. 5:17 to play. Fourth quarter, 55-36 lead for the Spartans.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's just kind of comical when you miss the 15-footer with nobody in your way and nothing going on, and then you turn around and nail a 3 from 20 feet away.
With somebody in your face.
Yeah.
55-36. 5:17 to play here in the fourth quarter. Griffin Pico back in for BPC. Of course, you've got junior high boys basketball here tomorrow night against West Central. Thursday, junior high boys basketball versus Lewiston. And Friday night, high school boys basketball versus Russell Industry, all here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Rebel basketball out of the timeout. Jet Woods with the basketball for South Fulton. Now gets it to Spires. Jones. Jones left-hand dribble on Shin. No on the shot, but draws the foul.
On the floor, I think. It'll be on Shin.
Team foul number 5 on BPC. Right at the 5-minute mark to play. Fourth quarter, Woods to inbounds. Inbounds, well, Spires was there, and Spires went towards the basket. And Woods threw the ball out towards the midcourt line, so BPC will have it under the basket. We're going to get the media
This is the
under 5 media COVID timeout. So we'll be back here at Bush Prairie City High School on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Venture Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And back here courtside at Bushel Prairie City High School, 5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. 55-36 lead for BPC. JV moved their record to 2-2 with a 25-19 win earlier this evening. Spartan basketball out of the timeout. Cole Taylor will bring it up. Right-hand dribble. Cross midcourt. Now we're going to get a little double team trap by South Fulton. West gets it to Taylor. Now Regal going to fire up a three from the near right in front of the bench. Josh Regal hits the three. 58-36. BPC on top. 4:40 to play. Woods with it now to Jones. Number 3 for South Fulton. He'll put the ball on the floor. Left-hand dribble is going to draw the contact on Shin. Ball on the floor as the foul whistled on the floor. No shot. 6th team foul on BPC. 3rd on Shin.
Getting his money's worth.
Woods to inbounds for the Rebels. Gets it into Clark Batterton to Jones. Back to Woods, guarded by West. West pokes it away. Woods gets it back. It's going to stop pop. Short on the shot. No good. Pico with a rebound for BPC. Taylor to West. West going to drive in. Going to float one up short. Rebound to Shin. As he's got purple jerseys all over him. Cross-court pass. Nice save by Regal. That ball was destined for the bleachers. Shin's going to dump it down to Pico. Pico's going to spin, lost the hand on it, gets it back up again. No shot. Rebound out of bounds off of South Fulton as Cole Taylor went up and had the ball poked away. Grant Braun, 22, checks in the ball game. Full timeout taken by South Fulton with 3:54 to play. 58-36 lead for BPC. Hensley Green and rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021. Enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Also brought to you by Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell. They offer full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank at Friendly Service and give them a call at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Also, Heil Enterprise and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or give them a call at 309-775-3333.
Much better second half here for BPC. Kind of caught into the roughness of the game here in the fourth quarter a little bit, but they are playing much better basketball than they did in the first half, that is for sure.
Taylor gets it into Pico. Pico's going to go up strong. Lost the handle, got it back, and was able to go back up, and he's going to go to the line 4-2.
That's going to be on Jones. His fourth. Pico shooting 2.
First one up and off the iron, no good. Taylor going to check out. Dalton Horwedel back for BPC. Pico up and off the front of the rim, no good on the second. Rebound down to Jones for South Fulton. Yeah, I think, Dwayne, some of these South Fulton kids have got to be pretty tired. Spires and Woods has played a ton of basketball here tonight. And a bank in 3 by Grayson Spires. 58-39 the lead, 3.5 to play. BPC on top. Horwedel now. Regal. Cross court. Braun's going to fire up a 3. It's short, rebound down to Spires for South Fulton.
He saw that ball coming. He was backing away from it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to go to the ball, but he wanted the 3, so he went right at it. Went to the line and waited for it.
Woods up with a layup, no good. Second time up, no good again. And we got a scrum. And a foul going to be whistled on Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws for Dalton Horwedel, I believe, will be the man shooting the free throws for BPC. So that's the second Rebel player to have fouled out tonight, and we're going to see the Ben Sherrod, the freshman that we saw had a pretty good game at the JV level. He'll check into the ball game for South Fulton. 3:05 to play here, fourth quarter. Horwedel first up and no good. Off the front of the rim, back of the rim is 34.
Do we talk about free throws with Coach after the game?
Probably not.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay. Horwedel with a second. And this one is good. Dalton Horwedel 102 at the line. Makes it a 20-point lead for BPC. 59-39. 3 minutes to play. Brooks with it for South Fulton. Guarded by Bittner. Bittner's going to poke it away. Back in the backcourt. Brooks corrals it. Right-hand dribble. Runs in. Throws one up. No good. Bittner with a rebound. Oh, they're going to get Bittner with a travel.
I don't know if
I don't know about that because I thought he pinned it and didn't take the step.
He was moving when he picked the ball up, but he landed on that 1 foot, and then he passed it. If I had Jude Kai on watching us, he could tell us if it was a travel or not.
Woods
should have had a good picture of it.
Ball in the corner, and the missed 3 by Clark battered him, but he gets the layup and makes it an 18-point lead, 59-41. BPC on top. Pico with a nice assist pass inside to Pico from Horwedel, I should say.
Maybe a jump ball, I was going to say.
We let a couple seconds go by as West and Brooks battling for the ball. And alternate possession will stay with BPC. 2:22 to play.
Pointing the other direction. Or they already switched it?
They just already switched it, and now Bittner's going to get into Horwedel. He's going to drive in, stops and pops their contact
Did you see
there.
that push by Horwedel? That looked like a Michael Jordan push on Russell in 1995. And there's a dribble off the hip. That's textbook double dribble.
And Brooks Clark Patterson just used his hands to clear some space. West up with a rebound on the missed shot by Clark Patterson.
I think somebody's ready to go home.
Oh, Grant Brown hard to the floor. Ball goes to Pico.
Foul on 11 blue, he says. That's number 4 on Clark Batterton.
That was a hard hit by Grant Brown to the floor.
That probably didn't feel good.
Rebel foul number 11, Dakota Clark Batterton, who's 4.
So they've got 2 more players with 4 fouls. That's probably all that's in danger of fouling out, just those 2.
Down to minute 53. Griffin Pico to the line, 4-2. First one up. First one's good. Makes it a 60-41 lead. Horwedel is going to check out, and Sam Hensley back for BPC. Pico with one more. Second one up and rattles around. No, Bittner there for the rebound, puts the bunny up, and it falls. Brian Bittner with another field goal. I think he's got 5 now on the evening. A 62-41 lead for BPC. Minute 40 to play. Brooks going to drive it in up over Sam Hensley. No, rebound loose. West with the rebound, gets it to Braun. Braun, left-hand dribble, now to the right. Back to the left. 22, he's going to drive in, throws one up. No, rebound going to be nearly saved by Spires, but steps on the sideline right in front of us.
These kids may be tired, but man, these kids do not quit.
I got to give them some props for South Fulton. That Spires and Woods have played. They played a ton in the JV game and played a ton up here at this varsity contest.
The effort can do a lot. Holy smokes!
Bittner strong to the rim and got some contact in the face, and he's going to go to the line for a couple. And that going to be on Brooks.
Hey, that's his first.
That's his first.
He's played a lot, too.
He has played a lot.
Everybody else was stealing all the fouls.
Bittner up and good on the first, makes it a 63-41 lead, 1:19 to play.
I think that was on a shot, wasn't it?
I think it was on the shot, yes.
Yeah, we'll say it was on a shot.
And Bittner hits both, 64-41 lead. A minute 16 to play. Clark Batterton with it for South Fulton, guarded by Pico. That was a travel, throws one up, no good by, and now.
Holy smokes.
Lots of contact as Bittner comes down with the
if you're going to get away with it, you might as well do it. I'm just saying. They are playing to what the officials are letting them do. And I mean, you can't
no, you can't.
Can't blame them a bit.
Woods on the inbounds to Clark Batterton, no. Sheared up and bounce one in. Ben Sheared with his first points of the varsity contest tonight. 64-43 lead for BPC. 45 seconds to play. Pico going to bring it up.
He could have just got, he's
carrying,
palming that ball, something fierce.
Bittner's thinking about a three.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot it.
Goes nice pass to Pico inside. Counted and a foul. Griffin Pico to the line for the chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. 33.6 seconds to play.
Who was that on?
Grayson Spires.
That's his fifth.
We're going to see the freshman Easton Sullivan check into the ball game for South Fulton.
He fouled out at the 33.6 second mark.
And that free throw by Pico up, no good. West there for the rebound. His shot, no. West with the rebound again. Strong to the glass and up and in. Micaiah West with the rebound. And we're going to 30-second, just a sub timeout to let Danner check in. Griffin Pico goes to the bench for BPC. 27 seconds left. 68-43. Clark Batterton gets it into Woods. Chet Woods with it.
He's got a hyphenated name for everybody at home. He's not just saying his first and last name every time.
Yeah, his first name's Coda Clark.
That's getting a little physical there, Mr. Bittner. Oh, Hannah says he got hit in the face with a basketball. It's part of the deal when you're up in the face of somebody guarding him, though, right? He's lucky he didn't get a and Bittner's going to take a seat. He's lucky he didn't get a more than he did.
Right. Regal going to check in as Brooks goes to the line for two. Or the one in bonus, I should say. Rebound, no. Or shot up, no. And rebound down to Sam Hensley. Gets it to West. Guarded by Sullivan.
Ooh.
Nice pass to Grant Brown. Has his shot blocked by Woods. And it'll go out of bounds to BPC with 4.5 seconds to play.
Sometimes going that dribble to make it with effect is not necessarily what you want to do. If he would have just shot that.
Brown's just going to dribble it out for the final score, 68-43. BPC with the win over South Fulton to square their record at 2-2.
We'll be right back. Final score, 68-43. We'll be back with Coach Snyder in just a couple minutes.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital. More than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And we're back here courtside at Bush Prairie City High School here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Our final score, BPC moves to 2-2 with a 68-43 win. BPC, I believe, putting 2 in double figures tonight. Dwayne?
Yeah, well, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. He had 9. Shin had 9.
So Wilt Hensley, I think, our highest score tonight. So Hensley with 20 and Taylor with 17 to lead BPC here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street in Bristol and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And Coach Tyler Snyder up here on the post-game show this evening. And, Coach, pretty typical. Dwayne and I were talking about it, kind of a typical South Fulton BPC contest. Pretty physical at times, but congratulations. You guys get win number 2 and even up the record.
Yeah, thanks. And, it was a physical game for us. And I told the guys going in, we can't overlook any opponent. I mean, I know, their record might not be the greatest, but I mean, they're still going to come and play. And you saw it. I mean, they were shooting threes, and it was physical for us. So it gives me some stuff to work on tomorrow in practice.
Well, I think the one thing that caught me as far as what you guys struggled with is obviously South Fulton is not the most skilled basketball team, but you're not going to find a basketball team that's more in your face, just running and a hustle.
Right.
They proved tonight that in the first half especially, you don't have to be a great basketball team. If you hustle your butt off, you'll stay in a basketball game. That's how they stayed in the first half.
Right, and you're absolutely correct there. And I think that's the great thing that their coaches instilled in them is, if you play hard and you play aggressive and you hustle all over the floor, you're going to get some things, balls to bounce your way and calls to go your way and shots to fall.
Yeah, and you
can't really take that away from a team like that.
Yeah, and you see, with only 9 guys dressing tonight, you saw, I made that comment to Dwayne, you got to tip your cap to some of these freshmen, sophomore for South Fulton because they played a ton of basketball in that JV game. Like Woods and a couple of the other kids were on the floor. It seemed like almost this entire varsity game tonight.
Right, and to be conditioned as they are, especially wearing
Right.
metal or these, and you're not getting the full air that you could breathe. It's a lot of props to them for playing hard both games.
You guys end up with 2 tonight in double figures, led by 20 by Wilt Hensley and another 17 from Cole Taylor.
I got asked though.
Yes.
At one point in the first half, I looked at Chris and said it'd be 30-14 right now. I think it was 20-14. I said it'd be 30-14 if you'd just made bunnies that you missed in the first half. And
free throws.
If my numbers are right, you guys were 11 of 28 from the free throw line.
That has been our downfall this year. If I had to take one thing away from this year so far, it's our free throw shooting. I think the game before we were 9 of 18, or I think it was 9 of 18, but I think we've been sub 50% in every game this year. And I don't know what else to do in practice other than practice them because that's all we do in practice. So, well, not obviously all we do, but I mean, the kids are shooting free throws in practice, so I don't know how it doesn't transpire to our game for us, but I got to get that figured out.
Yeah, a closer game, that's going to hurt you a bunch. But they always say, I didn't count up how many free throws they shot, 2, 4, 5.
Yeah, I don't think they were at the free throw line.
They always say if you can make more than the other team shoots, you're probably going to win the game. Well, when the other team only shoots 5, I guess it's pretty easy to make more than they shoot, isn't it?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty
Most
easy.
nights, right? Most nights.
That many more than 5, that's for sure. But that's definitely one area that I need to get fixed.
Is there anything you can do to go tomorrow in practice and say, that team is not the most skilled team. They're not as skilled as you. And no offense to anybody at South Fulton that might be listening right now, but they're not as skilled as BPC. But they hustled, especially in the first half, way more than BPC. You take Will Hensley off the floor, and BPC's out-hustled immensely in that first half. Can you learn from that tomorrow in practice and instill some of that as you move forward if you get against a team that's that physical and that much up in your face?
You can. As a coach, you can. But again, that's the hard thing about coaching. Like, I can't physically go out there and play.
You can't. You can't make the kids.
No, I would love to.
You can't just go program the computer.
I wish I could have a joysticks going or whatever. But no, getting the kids to hustle. That's on them, and I can harp it as much as I can. And
it wasn't. I don't want to sound like they weren't hustling.
Mm-hmm.
But South Fulton had it at another hustle level.
Right, and we faced Knoxville, who's hustled, Farmington, who's hustled. So, I mean, we faced teams like that. And then, you face South Fulton, and it's another team that is just in your face and all over the place. So we should have been accustomed to that, and it just felt like we kind of just there tonight. And I think that kind of showed with our free throw percentage. But
well, you guys have got
something to work on the next 2 days in practice.
Yeah,
so.
Just going to say you guys have got a couple of more days to get ready for Russell Industry on Friday night. And
what do you expect to see out of them?
I'm expecting some man, and I look forward to them pounding to Mendoza because, I mean, he was unanimous all conference last year, and
isn't he going to throw shot put or something like that somewhere?
I am not sure about his next level, but he's a force inside. He's a big guy, and those of you who hadn't seen him before, you'll see him on Friday,
up close and personal.
Yeah, yep. So we'll have our work cut out for us on the defensive end, that's for sure.
Well, Coach, we'll let you get out of here, and congratulations. You guys make it 2 in a row, get the record back at 500, and a chance to go above that by a game on Friday.
Right, and and we're 2-0 in our South Division of our conference, so that's one of our goals to help defend that championship that we had last year. So,
did your manager get to see us do the shout out last week?
He did. And
awesome.
You know what? His mom contacted me, and she said it was great. He was grinning ear to ear. I actually called him before the game tonight, and the guys wished him, I told him thanks for watching and everything. So if he's still watching tonight, thanks, Jimmy. Look forward to your call tomorrow. We'll talk some basketball. So.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Coach. Congratulations on another win. 2 in a row. Does the 2 in a row make a streak, or does it have to be 3?
I'll go with 3. So we're just 2 in a row right now. We need a streak is 3.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
We'll look
Thanks,
forward.
guys. Good job tonight.
Appreciate it. Coach Tyler Snyder here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. Dwayne, how about a little quick scoring summary for us?
For South Fulton, Grayson Spires, 13 points. Isaac Jones, 11. Coda Clark Batterton, 8. Jet Woods, 6. Emmett Pilger, 3. And 2 points for Ben Sherrod, who got that one basket late. 3 players fouled out for South Fulton. One of them was 7:28 to go in the third quarter. I wrote the times down. 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter, and then 33.6 seconds. Spires fouled out in the fourth quarter. For BPC, nobody in any real serious foul trouble. We had nobody until about the 3-minute mark or 4-minute mark of the final quarter that even had more than 2 fouls, but Shane Shin ended up with 3. 20 points for Will Hensley, 17 points for Cole Taylor, another good follow-up to his birthday performance last Friday. 5 points for Cooper Alleman, 3 points for Josh Regal, 3 points for Griffin Pico, 1 point for Dalton Horwittle, Sam Hensley with 1 point, 7 points for Brian Bittner, who had a good game. He had a 3, was 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and he had a 2 as well. So he had a good game. 7 points for him. Mackay West had 2 points, and Shane Shin had 9 points. Man, you got to figure out a way, and I know you can't do it. If you make them in practice, you don't make them in a game. But, man, 11 of 28 will get you in trouble a lot of times.
Yes, it will. And, of course, a tough Russell Industry team coming up on Friday night. So I think that'll wrap things up for us here tonight. I'll get our post-game sponsor in one more time. That is JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bristol, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Of course, stuff going on every day. We got junior high boys basketball tomorrow night and Thursday night. And as we mentioned, Russell Industry in for boys basketball Friday, and a doubleheader on Saturday with junior high boys basketball against North Fulton in the morning at 10, and the high school girls in action at 1:30 against Brimfield Saturday afternoon. All those games can be seen and watched right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
And we'll try to have all of our technical issues worked out. But tomorrow night, we actually have 3 games on Hewlett Public Pro LLC's YouTube page. We have the junior high boys basketball game against West Central here. We have high school boys basketball, West Prairie against Knoxville tomorrow night. And then we have junior high volleyball, West Prairie against Southeastern. If you're a volleyball fan, that should be a good 8th grade volleyball game.
That should be
8th grade volleyball.
2 good volleyball programs in the area.
And then West Prairie plays host to Rushville Industry on Thursday. And then Friday, our only game is here at Bushnell. And then Saturday, besides the Bushnell volleyball game on Saturday morning, there's also a West Prairie. No, excuse me. I got that mistyped in this picture. It's junior high basketball here against North Fulton. And then BPC's junior high volleyball team is at West Prairie in Scioto. And that junior high volleyball game will be on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as well. So 2 games on at 10 o'clock that morning. Should be a lot of fun stuff. Everything is crazy right now. I apologize for anybody that's still listening for the issues we had at the beginning of the night, both at West Prairie, as we had a camera die. I want to thank Hannah Hewlett for not being a camera operator tonight, but being a gopher. She ran twice, not once, but twice to Scioto for me. She took batteries, and then I realized the camera was dying, so I sent her right back as soon as she got here. I want to thank Greg and Ethan for sticking with it in West Prairie tonight. It'll get better, folks, I promise. And Miles, who switched from one camera in the middle of the night to a second camera in the middle of the night and did a lot better job as the night went on. He'll be awesome on that camera tomorrow night. We're going to move it down to his normal location so he can feel right at home. That's what we'll do. So for Chris, for Greg and Ethan in West Prairie, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow night, junior high boys basketball here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.